I don't know, it's a nice feeling to just be with people and not have your phones bothering you and being together and like hanging out by the pool. I don't know, this is the whole sense of community and knowing that people are so close to you and you could just bond with someone over something as simple as like a stupid joke or something. It just makes me feel really loved to know that strangers can become family like that in Nicaragua and Panama.
True. Like I'm having the time of my life right now. I've met people that like I never thought I'd meet again. Like Macaulay orientation, that like people would like older people would tell me, oh yeah, you're gonna meet kids today that you're never ever gonna meet again. That's not true. Like I met people, like I met like Tanvir again. Like he was one of the first people I met. I met him again. Having a really good time with him. And, like a bunch of other people I met, like people older than me, people younger than me. Like age where you come from, because like there are other people from other than Macaulay. It makes no difference on this trip. Everyone just like meshes together and has like an amazing time. Because you gotta work like close to people, you gotta work close quarters with them. Like you wouldn't get to work. Again, you gotta study with some people. Like my roommate Sadiq, I gotta study with him all the time. But like working with him, it's a totally different experience. Like I get to see exactly their work ethic. Like I can see everything about him, and I'm assuming he gets to see everything about me. So I just think that like overall this is an amazing trip so far. I'm like happy to finish it.
My favorite part of the brigade was the public health portion. I feel like it was that because I feel like we were able to make more of a not permanent but a longer lasting change. We were able to build latrines, septic tanks, and concrete flooring, which is I feel a big part of what we were doing in that brigade. We were able to prevent diseases from like the chaga bugs, like sanitary lack of sanitary diseases, and I feel like it was more of a longer lasting change than the medical. But I also like the medical part because it was good for the people that needed immediate help and that needed to know what they had and just needed a doctor to tell them how to live a better life and to get prescription for drugs that they can use to prevent such illnesses from happening again. And I just liked seeing us work together for the public health part. I saw that everyone was working equally as hard, mixing the cement, putting the bricks, piling them evenly and everything, and making sure it's a sturdy structure. I feel like that was, just seeing us like hard at work, trying to do something that's selfless, trying to do something that to help the community members. I feel like that really touched my heart, and it was that was one of my favorite moments.
My favorite part was Charla because it's different than learning Spanish in a classroom setting. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, but being able to actually communicate and go past that boundary and to actually see them respond and being able to understand them is a whole different level. Being able to empathize with them, seeing where they come from, and seeing what kind of communities, and it just gave me a whole new perspective on like the lifestyle and communities.
My favorite part about the brigade was definitely our individual reflection groups, just because it was a really great opportunity to get to know everyone on a more personal level and whatever people's interests were, their personalities. And it was a good time to get to know people on a level that you don't normally get to know on a daily basis. So we really got to form really close relationships from that.
I think my favorite part of the brigade was the public health part and like just being with the family. And I don't know, they were just so hospitable and so nice, and they treated us as if we were their own children and everything. So I think that was my favorite part.
My favorite part of the brigade was bonding with everyone, meeting new people, and just experiencing something different with people who I wasn't so close to before, and it basically just got us all closer and formed a bond that I think will last for the rest of our college career, which is something I really appreciate.
So my favorite part of just being in the brigades in general is just being with fellow Macaulay students, because every Macaulay student has this very unique perspective that they can contribute to reflections, to the work we do, and just to the overall work of what we do as in Global Brigades. And it's incredibly inspiring just to hear people's different perspectives of, what are we doing right, what are we doing wrong, but also in a way that everyone thinks critically also, that we are simply more than just volunteering there. We're trying to make a powerful impact on these community members such that, again, like Global Brigades wants, so that we don't need to come back to the community. They are able to self-sustain themselves. And every year it amazes me how really inspiring fellow Macaulay students are. No matter what year they're from, no matter where they come from, every Macaulay student has valuable perspective that can really contribute well to our discussions, to our work.
So my favorite part of the brigade was especially the public health part, because I feel like when you get to see the results of your actions, it fits better into your heart, and it gives you that sense of accomplishment, but not just for you, but a joint feeling with the person that you've helped. So my experience was with the father of the community. After we helped him, it's traditional in my family, like whenever we do a part of the house new, we tend to give gifts of like a housewarming. So I wanted to give him something, a token of a new house, a new beginning kind of thing. So I learned that he was Catholic, or the same religion that I was. So I gave him a rosary bead, which is like a prayer bead that people normally say. So when I gave it to him, he was overwhelmed with joy, like something that a new part of him was open, the way that we connected through faith. And it was something special because normally like GB is not religiously affiliated, but it was a kind of beautiful feeling that I got from him. And when I hugged him after I gave it to him, it was a warm, beautiful hug that just said thank you in many different languages over many like layers of and dimensions of love, and it just felt so beautiful. And afterward, he gave me gifts back, and it was just like, it was not just an impact that we just made over a course of 3 days, but it was an impact that we made to him and that he made to us that carries over probably our whole lifetime. And this I know is something that I would definitely not forget for the rest of my life.
Okay, so my favorite part of this brigade was the fact that all of us came together to work together, and we helped over 1,500 patients, and we built approximately 5 latrines for 5 different families, and it was kind of cool to see like everyone put aside their differences and like just put like the project first and come together to do what they needed to do.